Hello everyone, welcome to MjoCAD. Yes, happy to be here again. Today's tutorial I'll be doing a cell holder for a lithium ion pack. It will be a 5P and 10S. That means it will have 5 cells in parallel connection and 10 cells in series connection. Lithium ion cells, just to be specific, will be of 18650. So far they are the favorite on market and they've been widely used because of high charge density, high capacity, and some more other advantages. They are being used in a lot of EVs, electric bikes, electric cars. So I'll be making a simple battery cell holder that we shall be following. Maybe let me get the dimensions for us to follow along. So these are the dimensions of the cell holder that I'll be making. It will be measuring 100.5 millimeters by 99.5 millimeters. So thickness 3 millimeters. Then we have some little plastic that is 1.3 millimeters. The little circles or the circles themselves where the cells are to sit, it's around 18.3 millimeters. I added some little allowance of 0.3. So what I'm going to design basically can be 3D printed. For any printer, you test the results, then you go ahead and adjust, then you test your results again. So I'll open the file, which is already open. It's the part now that is open because it's the one that I'm going to be designing. I'll select the top plane, then sketch, and in my sketch I'll start with a rectangle. I want it to be corner rectangle, but you can use any kind of rectangle. It's measuring 19.5 by 100.5. Okay, so there is also a little circle. This is where the battery will be now sitting, where the cells will be sitting. And it's measuring 18.3. Let me confirm that. Yes, 18.3 with some 3 for the allowance for it to be fitting in properly. This distance from the center is 10.65. And this one is also 10.65 millimeters. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the linear pattern to scatter most of them here. So I'll come and say this is the part that I want to pattern. Come here, select it, then I need the X direction. I need 10 of them, that's the 10S. And in the Z direction I need 5 of them, 5S. However, this direction has to be reversed to that manner. So the other following thing is the distance between them. Let me check this. So if you want to follow along, you can pause and check on the dimensions as I'm doing. So the distance between the two is 19.8. 19.8. Okay. 19.8 millimeters. Even here I have 19, sorry, 0.5, sorry, 0.8 millimeters. Okay, so from here I'll let the software itself did to fully dimension it. I'll say calculate to calculate. I'm using 2019, SolidWorks 2019, so it has fully defined my sketch. I'll say okay, and at this stage what I'm going to do is to use the extrude command. Okay, extrude command, three millimeters, and I say okay. So far I have the first set. Yes. Okay, I want to use the 3D plane. So far this is what I have. So to see it properly, let me use isometric, because what I want to do now is to add the little stoppers down here so that our cells don't fall through. I'll click that surface or face, then I say sketch. I can also say I want it to be normal like that. So I'll refer to my dimensions here in this image. What I want to do is to draw these little portions that are like triangles, and they are on a circle that is of radius 9.65. yeah, that's around 19.3 millimeters of diameter. So that's what I'm going to do right now, to draw that circle, then I dimension. Okay, so I'll come here, select circle, I'll use this as the center. I come here till the snapping comes on, then click and drag, select. So this is 19.3. From there I'm going to draw a center line. I'll draw two of them passing through the center. It is the first one, then the second one, like that. I'm going to offset these two. What I'm doing basically is to create space for the nickel strips. Nickel strips are used as spot welded. On the cell caps to transfer current from one point to the other, or from one cell to the other, from one cap to the other cap. say the anode and the cathode of the battery, or the positive and the negative of the battery. So at this level, what I'm going to do is to trim what I don't need. For instance, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this. Here I'm using power trim. It's really simple tool to use. Here, there, this I don't need, this I don't need, this I don't need, this I don't need, even this I don't need, plus these lines here. So when it's like this at this level, we can just delete the remaining lines that we don't need. So that we have some clean work. So there we are. I'm going to extrude these pieces going downwards, and from my dimensions they are 1.3 high or deep. Okay, so say 1.3 millimeters. Okay, so these are like stoppers that won't allow my cell to fall through. Yeah, the cell cannot fall through. Remember, this diameter is almost the diameter of the cell. The cell is of 18 millimeters by 650 millimeters. That's why it's called 18650 cell. So with this part like this, then what I'm to do next is to linear pattern these 4 pieces to the rest of the positions of the cells. But this time around, I'll be using the feature linear pattern. See, features, then linear pattern. It's right here. It will be automatically selected because it's the last one that I made. This is direction 1, then direction 2 is this one. So for the first direction they are 10, that's okay, and these are 10. What is the distance between the two? Still to be the same distance, 19.8. Okay, so I have to change this distance to 19.8. Even here 19.8, like that. See, it's pretty easy and simple to do. However, it tries to slow down the computer, so you need a powerful computer for such graphics if you're a new beginner, or you have to organize your steps very well so that the computer is not slowed down. So here we are. This is the cell holder that we have. So at this level, it can be plasma cut, it can be 3D printed and tested to see how the plastic forms, and if we need any kind of allowance or clearance, we add it to our drawing. So 3D printers have got different 3D printers and materials have got different clearances. So you have to consider that before you 3D print it, so that you can change the dimensions accordingly. Yes, so the way it is right now, it can be somewhat heavy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make some holes in these spaces just to reduce on the whole weight of the cell holder. So still come here and select the face, then to normal, like that. So my goal here is to draw circles in between these gaps. This is to reduce on the weight, the overall weight of the cell. I'll come and select that, but before that I need to first locate that point. I need to first locate this point, so I can use this point and this point, and also this point and this point. So from here we'll use a center line like that and come through all the way in another center line like that up to that point. So I've located the center of these little circles that I want to put in the middle. These are just to reduce on the weight. They don't serve any much purpose. You can make them 4 for now. 3D printing is so good for your prototypes. It will show you what actually will be out if it's taken out from molds. Yeah, and also for some simple work and projects, you can use them as the final piece. So like I've been going through the first steps of linear pattern. Still here we don't have any much difference that we shall do. Still we shall do the linear pattern. Okay. Okay. Sorry, not mirror, it's linear pattern. Linear pattern, it's X and Z. It's already in 2D form. So I'm going to come down here and say it's this part that I want to do the linear pattern. So I'll start with the X. The X, I want something like 9 at a distance of 19.8, just to be sure. Yeah, that's it. Like I've said, these are to reduce on the weight of the final work. So we need also some other direction in the Y, and those will be around 4. Distance is 19.8 from one point to the other. Yeah, I think we are good. There we are. And this time around we are going to extrude cut. So for us to be safe and not to go one by one, I can come here and say fully define the sketch so that it's fully defined. And also as you're doing, remember to save your work. So it has been fully defined. Like you can see, they've all turned black. Yeah, this shows that they've been fully defined. You say okay, then I can come and extrude cut. And when they are fully defined, there I know that I'm safe. Take some time to load. also the patterns, they try to slow down the computer, so you have to really plan for your work very well. Yes, so it has been slowed down and I'm still making more patterns, and it's basically not a very strong computer, but it has come out. So I'll do one, or quite many, so I'll try to do it faster. I think they've all been selected. Don't want to repeat this work in case one of them is not selected. Yeah, so I can drag this point further out, or I come and increase on the direction. I say okay. So I've made the little circles, and these ones have reduced on the weight. So that's how you can do it. And also these points may be weak in some plastics, so what they do basically is to make one square. I think I'll make one video having complete squares instead of having these little pieces. So what they do, they form one square that runs from here up to here, from here up to here, like that, just for good strength. And also they can make holes in the square, but all that depends on the gap that you have this side and how strong the points are. Otherwise, that is enough. You can have a test on this using a 3D printer, then you adjust accordingly. Say if the plastic favors you, you can do that. If it needs some reinforcement, you can adjust on the thickness around the cells. And also, instead of having specific and singular pieces like this, you can have one square running from there up to this point, from this point up to that point, like that, a complete square that is completely binding the four cells, say 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's one square in the middle. You come here, you do the same thing, you form one square and it binds all the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'll make one type like that just for us to have a clear image, but so far with this, it can be 3D printed and see how it can work, and I adjust accordingly. So basically, this is my video that I've made. You can go ahead and select the material that you want to use. Use ABC, PC. Then you can come and give it the material that you want. Plastic, high gloss, black, high gloss, black, polished plastic, no, black, where are you? Okay, this is it. So you click and drag till you see a plus sign, then you drop. Sorry, I'll drag again. First, how is this? Okay, then I come again. Okay, here it will work. Body, there we go. So that's a finished one. Please remember to subscribe. Remember to subscribe for more videos. You can also comment in the comment section for a specific video that you would like me to make for you. We see how we go about that. For the dimensions, I think I'll put the image in the comments so that it can be accessed and can be downloaded for practice. Yeah, for any inquiries, I'm available. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Okay.